Okay. Ooh, and we have Lou Reed at the bottom of the deck. And I love him for you guys, right? We have this learn to walk hand in hand with magic and loss. Yeah. And his throat, right? His neck is like really long. It's really emphasized here. And so, we have this truth thing. So apparently there's, and it might take some inner strength. Oh, wow. Determination. The solar plexus has been showing up at the bottom of the decks quite a bit. So obviously we're going to need that courage, right? Pulling on that inner strength during this time period. So I'm getting like the most interesting messages from these cards. First off, like Bob Dylan showing up here with this truth card, right? And this obvious, like, speaking your truth, right? We have Knight of Swords. Oh, underneath that is the Four of Wands. Just saying. But, it's like Bob Dylan, he is a truth teller, right? But his voice is, I personally, I love hearing Bob Dylan songs sung by other people, but I'm not all that crazy about hearing Bob Dylan sing, right? So I feel like that has some, there's something to that. Yet, he is amazing, right? We all know who Bob Dylan is. We all appreciate and honor Bob Dylan because he speaks truth. And so maybe there is, and we see this, the fire and water, which is also present in this Temperance card as well. And maybe there is, you're playing around with some ideas on truth, right? This Page of Cups here as well, which is about, the pages are about communication. And we have it here too. It's sitting right beside this Page of Pentacles. But overall, especially with this questioning everything and these pages being here, I feel like there are these questions, right? Who holds power in your life? What is authority? What is a good leader, right? Temperance up here in the fire element. What are your spiritual practices? How can you find a better balance between your practical life and your spiritual life? Those kinds of things. We'll talk about it more, but I just really feel like, there's this evaluation of everything in your life right now. And it's interesting on this side, we see this cityscape, right? Between these three. And then over here, we see water and mountains. Well, not here, but you get the idea. And in between here, we see desert. And then we have this Lover's card. And this is like a mountain rising up in front of this city. And this is desert too, right? Reminds me of a dream I had. I don't know if anybody else has dreamt about the desert. I dreamed about going towards the desert, and it was like I was on this, there was a lot of water, like on the streets. I was with other people, and it was like we were going someplace, and it was like with purpose, right? Like big, big stuff. And the water, the streets were completely covered with water. I knew we were getting close to the desert. It's interesting, and I'm like, it really made me feel like, I was looking at that. So yeah, I feel like, there's this choice, this subliminal choice that you're making, right? You're analyzing everything, what to put down, and yeah, I mean, like, you're just realizing that as much as you've learned and you've mastered, we still don't know anything, right? And so we're making this subconscious choice to kind of move away from materiality, right? The collective, towards more, personal, spirit driven life, right? Some of us may, and of course, most of us think that we have, but it seems like there's going to be we have this very clear delineation, right? At any rate, this is this truth, right? This is this, you're having to work it out. Yeah. Okay. So in the past, we have you here at the edge, right? Totally trusting spirit, possibly taking a leap. Maybe there's something that you did, pretty recently that took some courage, right? That is, whether it seemed like it or not, crucial to what we're experiencing here. And then we, and this is, yeah, I mean, like, it's like this whole new world that we're moving into. And we are, it's in this picture, right? We see on the curtain, the veil here, the atomic bomb, smog, right? All these things that are polluting our environment, right? There's a nuclear bomb right there. And, this is, but she's pulling back the veil and there's all this beauty, right? So this is saying all that seems to be wrong in the world right now is an illusion, right? And yeah, I feel like this is, she looks, did y'all get some plants? This might be a reminder from spirit. But, she's unhappy with what she's seeing. And just remember that it is, right? It is an illusion. What's going on in the world right now. Things are getting better, right? And that is your intention, right? Is to evaluate your life, even on a global scale, right? What am I contributing? But also putting down the burden. I really feel, yes, what is your responsibility, but what isn't? What is truly important, right? Because we need to have a singular focus, one purpose right now to get us through this period. This is about, self-care, and it is about recognizing how rare and magical we are, right? And by getting rid of these burdens, it does bring us back to tenderness. It does allow us to connect with our inner child. Yeah, and that really does make me think of some children that I've met, right? We do have children. Maybe you do work with children, or you want to work with children. Maybe that's part of your purpose, is to work with children. These star seeds and perhaps golden children. I've never really heard that term, but I've met a couple, while I was teaching, and I'd never really believed in star seeds until I was working with these children, and all of a sudden I was like, gosh, there's something to that, because this is not And I feel like there are more being born into the world. So maybe that is something that, you're moving towards. Now, this air element, we're going to go over here. And, I do think this is, about having learning mind. Some of you might be moving towards, learning something new. But I think more than anything, I just get this, she's got these rose-colored glasses on, right? Staying positive, staying humble, right? Right here with this Emperor. Because yes, we are powerful, but there's this need, and that's one thing that I've really been thinking about a lot about lately, is how, as we become more powerful, as our gifts increase, as we, all of these things, it's so important to stay humble, to realize that, we're just a speck in the universe, right? And to keep that learning mind, to know that we, all I know is that I know nothing, that kind of thing. And just stay open, right? Keep an open mind and question, right? Question the information you're receiving. She's right in between. She's on the side of this field with a forest, and across the way is the city. So getting out in nature, right? Grounding. And I love that, the only place that we have air, because, this is a time where we could really get in our heads, is the Lovers here in your subconscious, which is very balanced, right? That is evolved thinking, balanced thinking. And then we have the Emperor here in the earth element. And I do think this is you taking control of your life. You looking at where you can take control of your life, right? Perhaps you're starting a business, right? And you realize that you don't really know, everything about it. But that's okay. This is saying go for it. Well, if that's your singular focus, right? If that's where your focus is, because this is a time for trying new things, right? Temperance here. I mean, this is, I'm picking it out of here. Maybe that's your focus, right? Your business. If so, then hell yeah, go for it. Otherwise, this is, that question of power. Who holds power? What power? Where do you hold the power? Where does somebody else hold the power? Is it balanced, right? That sort of thing. And in the world today, I can't help but see, we do have, in America, we have these elections coming up, right? What makes a good leader? What is important when we're deciding? Because thus far, it's looking like a difficult choice, right? I mean, like, for me, not so much, but if I was undecided, it'd be hard. And it might get harder as we go along, right? I mean, this is a time of secrets coming out. Who knows what might be revealed? Yeah, I'm going to go over here first. So, Temperance in the fire element. And, this is Sagittarius, which is fire. This is big picture thinking, right? Philosophical thinking. So that questioning, what you believe in, your values, that balance, all those things I mentioned before. And there's this, this compassion, right? The conviction with the compassion, that right balance for, truth, finding that truth, your truth. And of course, tolerance for other people's truths, realizing that their conviction, right? Their passion is behind what they think is their truth. And knowing that yeah, just and putting down the burden with this beside it of trying to convince someone of something different, right? That's just, yeah. Then we have this Page of Cups here in the water element. And, this is optimism. This is that child-like energy. But there is, that little fish here. And he represents surprise, right? So there could be some surprise communication. Psychic communication. That comes up for you guys a lot. And picking up on other people's energies as well, right? The empath. Being able to decipher that, right? There's that with the temperance there. Definitely getting that. But it is touching the lovers here, which is in your subconscious. So, yeah, there could definitely be some connections going on in the subconscious. But we also have this cosmic heart here, right? Maybe this is about, devotion to that person. They're both kind of looking to the left, right? To the past. What does it have to teach us? How can we move forward from our heart, right? Because the Lovers is about making choices from the heart. And I can't help but feel like there's this earth element too. Make your life a moving prayer. How can you honor Mother Earth, right? I definitely see that playing in here. And perhaps making a choice with that in mind when it comes to this, the power. And then that leads us to the future, which is the moon. It's unknown. But, I definitely, like I said, I see this as you just, really owning your mystery, right? And the mystery around us. And, just surrendering, having faith, surrendering to the universe, to the mystery. And also, I feel like there's a sense of knowing in a way, right? I think about the moon, there are, this is part of this looking at things, right? She's looking at this, she's looking at that, she's looking at that, and all this questioning. What were the cycles, right? What were the clues, right? This is you putting together all the little clues that the universe has given you, paying attention to all the cycles that, you've seen the cycles play through over and over again, right? What's next? All right. Let's get a piece of art for you. Then we'll get closing guidance and take a quick look at all the underlying energies and see what kind of story they have to tell. All right, for Pisces. Okay, to the left. Study for Marilyn. Interesting. It's that study, right? Study. We've been talking about that all along. And I get this, she's got her mouth open. She's got this glass here. And it kind of makes me think about that manifestation where you drink from a glass. Yeah, and there's that water element there too. There's some sexiness to it, yes. Even the Emperor, right? This could possibly, you know, now that I see this, take what resonates. You know, I don't want to say that because it's not really coming through strongly for me. But I suppose there could be a couple of people that he's showing up, right? Surprise. But I also get this, you know, with the red lips, the red done fingernails, right? This very polished city kind of a vibe versus spiritual over here. Of course, everybody looks very glum over here. But yeah, so that, you know, actually that makes a whole lot of sense, because we are looking at how we view things and how, you know, looking through this glass, right? Which, you know, social constructs. Questioning our beliefs, right? This might be falling apart on a, you know, with the collective. I was drawn to this lapis lazuli. Oh, wow. Blue paint made from lapis lazuli was used in this. That might be, that has something to do with truth. Interesting. All right, this is about finding your truth. You know, really looking at things through a different lens, right? This is not the usual way to look at things. So really question things. Question everything, right? Lifting the veil. Everything you think you know, throw it out. And you're going to be coming into a more authentic version of you.